Rolf Kungel back from Rolf the Coach and ready to give you my next frog story number 3. Oh, by the way, these frog stories are endless. There was this frog who was kind of, just hopping along, minding his own business. And all of a sudden, a stork that needed some lunch for its babies came swooping down and grabbed him and put him in his stork beak and took off with the frog. Oh, the frog was not impressed at all. And there he was inside the mouth of this bird that was going to feed him to his young, which of course he didn't know. And, he wanted to get out of there too, right? But, that bird made a mistake. It opened its mouth. And when it opened its mouth, that frog jumped out. But it was high up. And when it came crashing down, it was going to go splash. But you know what happened to this lucky frog? He fell right into the middle of a well. No kidding. A well in the middle of all of this. And he falls into it. Splatch. And he kind of got himself a little knocked out. And all of a sudden, when he came to and he started to look around him, he saw this piece of wood that was just kind of there in this well. And there was another frog sitting there. And that other frog looked at him and said, "Where did you come from?" And the frog said, I came from the ocean. I came from the ocean. And luckily, something picked me up and I fell in here. The other frog goes, "What's that, the ocean?" Well, he says, "It's out there." "Well, is there something out there?" "Oh, yeah," he says. There is." "Well, how big is this ocean? Is it as big as my pond?" The frog of the ocean looked at him and said, "Come on, mate. Your pond is like nothing. It's a drop. That ocean is millions and zillions and trillions of times bigger than your well." The frog of the well looked at him and said, "You hit your head pretty hard when you fell in here, yeah, I sort of understand. Maybe you're not exactly 100%, And the frog of the ocean looked at me and says, "You never been out of here?" He goes, "No." "Well, come with me." "Come out of here? Get out of my own well?" He says, yeah, come on. "No, but it's good here. There's lots of bugs and stuff. I mean, I'm healthy here. I'm okay here. You want?" That's a lot of stuff, good stuff out there. You'll love it. Come with me." Okay. He finally convinced him. That frog of the ocean was pretty motivational. So he convinced him. They jumped out of the well, which was a bit of a challenge, but they did it. And they started to hop towards the ocean, which was not that far away. And of course, the frog of the well was like amazed at everything around him, He had never seen the world. He had always lived in his small enclosure, and he thought his enclosure was the world. And they got closer and closer to the ocean. And finally, imagine the two frogs. They're just on this hill, ready to hop on the hill, and then in front of them would be the ocean. So the frog of the ocean jumped up and he said, come on, jump up with me." And the other guy jumped up with me. And do you know what happened to the frog of the well? His brains blew up. You weren't expecting that, were you? All right. But it was too much for him. He couldn't handle it. He got scared. So we have to go out into that ocean gradually, but we have to have the courage to know that there's an ocean out there, and I want to explore it. That is the moral of the little froggy story. The frog of the ocean and the frog of the well. Do you know any frogs of the well? Maybe one or two. You know any frogs of the ocean?